I'm like trying to make it look as gay as shit for you.
Thank you.
I would say that Skinny Mocha is just kind of like a good time. High energy, she'll give you caffeine, she'll caffeinate you for days. Always skinny, always brown, always what all the white girls want in the middle of the day. And yeah, I just think she's just she's a pick-me-up. Clearly I'm not like the skinniest person on the planet, so it's like a cute little nod to like body positivity and just like loving the skin you're in. It's a way for me to just make light of like maybe body positivity issues I've had in the past, but like when I'm like Skinny Mocha, like nobody can tell me shit. And then Mocha because like obviously I'm brown. I think growing up I think for a lot of problems that are outside of the norm, especially in Hispanic families, it's kind of like a don't ask, don't tell mentality. Because coming out is one thing, and then like telling people you dress like a woman for money is a whole other thing. And so it was just kind of like this time in my life where it was like I could lose people from this. But at one point I was like, I'm okay with that because I don't want people in my life who aren't gonna like love me at every facet of my identity anyways. And so coming to college, it was just kind of like this new place where I could be who I wanted, when I wanted, on my terms, and it was like a really good outlet for me to explore myself. Funny, my RA was actually in the drag club, but he wasn't really my RA. I just moved to that floor, not legally. So had I not done that, I would have never met him, and he would have never talked to me about the drag club. One day I was in stats class, a huge lecture hall. Someone was already sitting on the edge, so we sat next to that person, and the person that was sitting right to my right, like right next to me, happened to be who is now my drag mom.
He was with Jasmine, and I think it was before class started or we were on a break or something, and I was being incredibly nosy and overheard a conversation about Drag Race. You don't hear that a lot at Poly.
Yeah.
In a 200-person lecture, I was just chilling, hearing normal, but I was like, oh, I hear like queer people talking about queer things, and so I had to jump in. It's interesting. I was like, hey, do you want to join drag club? Did you ever think about trying it?
I don't know what in me decided that I was gonna go that day and that time with somebody I didn't know, as opposed to like my RA. But it made sense, and I went, and I think at that point, like I just knew it was like what I wanted to do.
I had only been doing it for like a year and a half, and so it wasn't like I had tons of more expertise. It started kind of organically, and I was like, you know what? I would like to be your drag mom if that's okay. And he was like, yes, totally. It would have been really cool to have someone just to teach me how to glue down my eyebrows, how to tuck, just the basics, how to make sure your wig doesn't come off when you're performing.
Queer friends are so important and integral to like a young person's growth, because you just get to see different parts of somebody that maybe you never thought to explore about yourself. And I truly think I was meant to come here. If I didn't come here, I would have never met my drag mom. I would have never met the queens. I may have not even been doing drag, and I feel like that's a part of my personality that is so like integral at this point in my life. Like I feel like you can't think of Vincent without thinking about drag, so I just feel like I definitely think I made the right decision, and I think that the community here, although be it small, it has really helped me, and they've all been so welcoming, and I feel like I have a pretty good, like I've established a pretty good reputation within it. I think when I like fully got in it for the first time, like shaved and everything, I just like, the transformation was something I hadn't felt before. And then when I performed for the first time, just like the feeling and like the love from everybody, and like almost the catharsis that came with it, and the stress relief, and like the happiness and all that, like just in that moment, I was like, this is something that like I not even want, but like I need to do, I need to keep doing.
She has a really incredible like kind of mystique at the beginning. You have no idea what's gonna happen, and then it just comes out of nowhere, this like star power. Like
this past weekend on Sunday when I did my first like professional show, it kind of just like reignited another spark where I was like, yeah, like this is something I want to do like long term, maybe even like further like as like my career. So it's definitely been an interesting 3 like years like changing up what I want, but I think I'm starting to get like a grip on what